Okay guys, so listen to this. Last year, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Ohio spent $11,000 on a Mediterranean cruise. $11,000. She packed her bags, drove all the way to the port, walked up to that gangway, and they turned her away. Just like that. Gone. Because her travel insurance did not cover her pre-existing heart condition. She lost every single penny. No refund, no recourse, no trip, nothing. And guys, this is not just one person's bad luck story. This is happening to thousands of seniors every single year. And the cruise lines do not care even a little bit. You know why? Because here is the thing, nobody is going to tell you. The whole system is literally built to protect them, not you. But here is where it gets actually crazy. Once you know exactly how the system works, you can completely flip it around in your favor. And I am talking about cruising smarter, safer, and more confidently than people literally half your age. So stick with me, because what I am about to show you is going to change everything. Picture this. You have saved for 2 years, finally booked your dream Mediterranean cruise, packed your bags, and arrived at the port, only to be turned away at the gangway because of a medical form you filled out incorrectly 6 months ago. No refund, no exceptions, no second chances. This is not a hypothetical horror story. It is happening to real travelers right now, and the number of seniors being denied boarding or losing thousands of dollars due to new cruise line policies is climbing at an alarming rate. The rules governing who can sail, what you must disclose, and what your insurance will actually cover have shifted dramatically heading into 2026, and most people booking cruises today have absolutely no idea how much the landscape has changed. If you are over 60 and planning a cruise in the next 12 months, what you do not know could cost you your entire vacation investment, and in some cases, your safety. If you are over 65 and you are even considering boarding a cruise ship without comprehensive travel insurance, stop right there. Medical evacuation from a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean can cost anywhere from $50,000 to over $200,000, depending on your location and the severity of your condition. Standard Medicare does not cover you outside of the United States, and most supplemental plans have significant gaps when it comes to international medical emergencies at sea. In 2026, the gold standard for senior cruisers is a policy that includes cancel for any reason coverage, pre-existing condition waivers, emergency medical evacuation, and trip interruption benefits. The pre-existing condition waiver is especially important. Most insurers require you to purchase your policy within 14 to 21 days of your initial trip deposit to qualify for this waiver. Wait too long, and that protection disappears. Compare policies carefully. Look at providers like Allianz, Travel Guard, and Seven Corners. Read the fine print on every exclusion. A policy that costs $300 could save you from a $200,000 nightmare. Here is something that catches senior cruisers completely off guard. Not every port is wheelchair accessible, and not every shore excursion is designed with mobility limitations in mind. In 2026, cruise lines have made significant improvements in accessibility on the ships themselves. But the moment you step off into a tender port or a developing destination, the rules change dramatically. Tender ports require you to board a small boat to reach shore, and many cruise lines now have policies that allow them to restrict passengers with certain mobility devices from tendering in rough sea conditions. If you use a walker, a cane, a wheelchair, or a scooter, you need to contact the cruise line's accessibility department before you book, not after. Ask specifically about every port on your itinerary. Ask about the tender policy. Ask about which excursions are rated accessible. The cruise lines that do this well include Viking Ocean, Holland America, and Celebrity Cruises, all of which have dedicated accessibility coordinators who can walk you through your options in detail. Managing medications on a cruise ship requires a level of planning that most seniors underestimate. First, bring significantly more medication than you think you need. At minimum, double your supply. Delays, missed ports, and extended itineraries happen more often than cruise lines advertise. Second, keep all medications in their original labeled containers. Customs officials at international ports can confiscate medications that are not properly labeled, and certain medications that are legal in the United States are controlled substances in other countries. Research every destination on your itinerary and cross-reference your medications with that country's import regulations. Third, refrigerated medications like insulin require advance coordination with the ship's medical center. Most ships can accommodate this, but you must arrange it before boarding. Fourth, carry a complete medication list with dosages and your prescribing doctor's contact information in both your carry-on and your checked luggage. If your bags are delayed or lost, you need to be able to communicate your medical needs immediately to the ship's medical staff. Cruise contracts are long, dense, and deliberately difficult to read, and they contain clauses that can financially devastate unprepared seniors. In 2026, one of the most important things to understand is the right of the cruise line to deny boarding or remove passengers at any point during the voyage if they determine that a passenger poses a health risk to themselves or others. This determination is made by the ship's medical officer, and it is largely subjective. If you are removed from a ship mid-cruise, you are responsible for your own transportation home and your own accommodation costs. The cruise line owes you nothing beyond what is outlined in that contract. Read the cancellation policy with extreme care. Most lines have a sliding scale of penalties that begin as early as 90 days before departure. For seniors booking premium suites or world cruises, those penalties can reach into the tens of thousands of dollars. Always book refundable deposits when available, and never put more money at risk than you can afford to lose entirely. If this video helped you think differently about cruising after 65, do us a favor and hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps more seniors find this information when they need it most. And if you want to keep traveling smarter, safer, and with a lot more confidence, subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. We cover everything from destination guides and packing strategies to insurance breakdowns and accessibility reviews, all designed specifically for travelers in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. Drop your questions or your own cruising experiences in the comments below, because this community learns best from each other. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear before they book their next adventure. We will see you in the next one.